Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thanks so much for the support. Thanks so much for subscribing, liking and sharing my videos. So today being on a Tuesday, let's talk business. In this video, I'm going to share with you five business ideas that you can start from as low as 1,000 Kenyan shillings. Yes, you heard me right. A business you can start from as low as 1,000 Kenyan shillings and you'll be your own boss and you'll be earning your own money without depending on anyone. Bearing in mind that currently there are no jobs in Kenya. So what are these businesses that you can start with only 1,000 Kenyan shillings? The first business is the food business. In the food business, you can categorize it into, you can start cooking chapatis. Chapatis, you need a cooking flour, which is called flour, cooking flour and cooking oil and sugar, salt, charcoal if you're going to use jiko, and yeah, that's it. So for chapatis, let's make some calculations and see if with 1,000 Kenyan shillings you can make it to start your own chapati food business. So unga flour with Raha Premium in the supermarkets, it goes for around between 149 to 179. So let's call it 200 Kenyan shillings. To cook one unga, you only need like half a liter of cooking oil, which is basically around 120 Kenyan shillings. So our 200 plus our 120, that makes it to 320 Kenyan shillings. What is remaining? Charcoal, or rather makaa. Nunua makaa ya 100 bob, which that makes it to 420 Kenyan shillings. And then assuming you have got the essentials for making chapatis, then under 1,000 Kenyan shillings you can even make chapatis using 2 cooking flours, which will be around 840 Kenyan shillings. From your 840 Kenyan shillings for every chapati, if you are in a county like Embu, it goes for 20 bob. If you're in Nairobi, it goes for 30 bob. So let's assume as a starter or a beginner, you can only make 20 chapatis per flour. 20 times that is 600 Kenyan shillings. You still have got your profit. Remember, we used 420 Kenyan shillings. So assuming you have had your 2 flours, that is 600 times 2, you get a profit of 1,200 Kenyan shillings. So with only 1,000 Kenyan shillings, you are able to make at least a profit of 400 Kenyan shillings per day. 400 Kenyan shillings times 30, that will give you around 12,000. You are your own boss. You can pay rent with the 12,000. You can pay school fees little by little for your kids. That is the first business. You can be your own boss. To the business number 2, where you can be your own boss without relying on anyone for money, is you start a perfume business. So perfume, if you're in Nairobi, from CBD, that is Nairobi CBD, to Eastleigh or Dubois, which is now Dubois, it's around, if you're in CBD to Dubois, that is, you not need transport. If you're in CBD and you need to travel to Eastleigh, you only need 50 bob to and 50 bob from Eastleigh, that is 100 bob for transport. When you go to Eastleigh, perfume sells for 9 bob per ml. 9 Kenyan shillings per ml. So assuming, okay, basically they don't sell perfumes less than 100 mls. So you'll need your 1,000 Kenyan shillings. With 1,000 Kenyan shillings, you can buy 100 mls, and it is not a must you buy the same variety of the perfume. For example, there's Pink Chiffon, there's 1 million, we have Chelsea, we have Blue Versace. So you can decide to buy 1 million in plenty and pink chiffon in plenty, because that is what most of the customers usually buy. Pink chiffon and 1 million are make big profits, because most of the customers, that is their favorite perfumes. So you take like 30 mls of pink chiffon and 30 mls of 1 million. That makes adds to a total of 60 mls. The remaining 40 mls you buy like Chelsea 20 mls and maybe pineapple or sweet Camilla 20 mls. That will give you a total of 100 mls. From that, you now have to look for bottles to put in your perfume. A bottle goes for 15 bob. So 15 bob for the 4 perfumes, that is 60 bob. 60 bob, you can be mobile. You like you zungusha your perfumes along the streets, to the salons, to different avenues, so long as at the end of the day you make your profits. Remember, when you buy a perfume at 9 bob per ml, when you go to sell it to your customers, you're going to sell it at 30 bob per ml. So 30 bob minus 9 bob, you make a profit of 21 shillings. 21 shillings, the next time you after you have sold out all your perfume, the next time you can take more perfume, and simply you can be your own boss by just selling perfume. The third business, which you need only 1,000 Kenyan shillings to be your own boss, is selling fruits. And in this, I mean selling pineapples and watermelons. You see, nowadays, most of the people are, I will call it sales, are doing sales in the fruits business, whereby one buys 1 melon, slices into small pieces, alafu anaizungusha to different places. Remember, you do not need transport kuzungusha hii melon yako ama pineapple. You only need the energy to kuzungusha your melon and a bucket. A bucket goes for 150 Kenyan shillings. Let me give it a range of 150 Kenyan shillings to 200 Kenyan shillings, depending from where you're buying it from and from different markets. So you buy your bucket for 150 Kenyan shillings, and then you buy your melon for 250 Kenyan shillings. That is 400 Kenyan shillings for the melons. You subdivide these melons into small pieces, which goes for at least 20 bob for the smallest piece. Assuming you have made like 20 pieces. One thing I know with melons and pineapples, you make 100% profit from whatever you are selling. So you buy your melon at assumingly 250 to 350 Kenyan shillings, then subdivide it and it will give you a profit of 350 Kenyan shillings. It depends with how you cut your melons. It depends on how you cut the melon into pieces. So you need to be wise. Make them a bit not so small and not so big, so that your profit can be back. And remember, with this, there's no loss, because you're not using any amount of money to travel. It is just you and your legs, right? Yeah. So assumingly we have used like 400 bob or even 500 Kenyan shillings for the melon. For the pineapple, it's a bit cheaper. You can get a pineapple for 100 bob or even 150 Kenyan shillings. So a pineapple for 150 Kenyan shillings, when you resell after cutting into pieces, you're supposed to make 100% profit. So you're supposed to make 150 bob as profit and 150 as your buying price, which now you'll buy another pineapple with that amount of money. So the same again, you look for a bucket where you can put these pineapples for selling to different people, maybe in the streets, in the salons, anywhere. Remember, there's no transport that is required for you to sell your pineapples. It is just you, energy, language. You have to know how to speak to people nicely so they can buy, and you must be clean. so that people can be attracted to what you are selling. So that is business number 3, selling fruits, which is melon and pineapple. And at the end of the day, with 1,000 Kenyan shillings, you can be able to make a profit of up to 600 Kenyan shillings in a day. So assuming you're making a 600 profit times 30, you're able to pay your rent, you're able to pay your small bills without necessarily relying on anyone or even asking the government to kusaidia you with kazi. Business number 4 that you can start from as low as 1,000 Kenyan shillings is selling panties, underwears, undies, especially for women. If you go to markets like Kawangware market, Gikomba, Muthurwa, any market that you go to, you find that there are these people who import panties from different countries and then they come and resell in Kenya. So okay, I'll give an example of Kawangware market, because that is where I'm familiar with and where I get my products. So in Kawangware, you get that somebody is selling a panty at 60 bob. So with your 60, assuming you buy like 80 panties, around 10 to 12 panties with 60 bob. Then you go and resell the panties at 100 bob to people. So you have a profit of 40 bob. That is under 1,000 Kenyan shillings that you utilize and have something by the end of the day. Even if you sell one panty or even two, at least you have something in the pocket instead of being in the house doing nothing. Hii sana sana ni ya for women that stay indoors, complaining that there are no jobs in Kenya, you're just being a housewife, hauna pesa ya chama, you have to borrow from mzee. Get out of your comfort zone and find something to do. It's not necessarily that you depend on your husband to do everything. Toka nje, kazi ni mingi za kufanya and you don't need much. It is just energy, focus, and the little that you have. Business number 5 that you can start with under 1,000 Kenyan shilling is you buy jumpers, especially right now when it is very cold at different places. So if you buy a jumper from Gikomba, Kawangware market, I mostly use Kawangware market because that is where I buy my Mutumba jumpers. When you go to the market, they sell at 80 bob. Then when you go to sell to people, you sell at between 150 and 200 Kenyan shillings. For my case, I sell them at 200 Kenyan shillings, which makes me earn a profit of 120 per clothing. So 80 bob, how many clothes can you have with 80 bob? With 80 times 10, you have got 800, so around 12 clothes that you can buy with 1,000 Kenyan shillings. With these 12 clothes, go and sell them at 200 Kenyan shillings. You have around 120, a profit of 120 times 12. You get 1440. 1440 is the profit. Then you return your 1,000 Kenyan shillings. So basically, you'll have earned 2,440. With only 1,000 Kenyan shillings, you can be your own boss. You can comment in the comment section below what other business I've forgotten to mention that you can just start with only 1,000 Kenyan shilling. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and comment on this video. Bye until next time.